Hi everyone, welcome. Okay, so today I was driving and I got this download, and during the download I was shown the tarot cards, and the tarot cards were over celestial objects in the universe, and they were like the major archetypes, especially were on the other planets in the solar system. And I was shown like the moment of your birth that you have these planets like shining down. Like what I saw in my download was these like rays of light, each one like a different hue and color, and they were kind of pastel, and they were shining down and all focusing in on one specific spot on the earth. And I was revealed to me that that was the moment of someone's birth, someone's creation, and they were like being put inside of this energetic mix, which was creating their inborn traits, their natural born personality, who they came to be on the earth in this lifetime. And that this is directly linked to their mission on earth, like what they are supposed to be doing for their soul growth, like what was chosen for this lifetime. And so it was interesting in that moment. I was also reminded of this thing I've been pondering for quite a long time, right? And that was how we're all part of this great song of life, essentially. Because when we speak of spiritual concepts and New Age concepts, we also use the same terminology that we use for music and sound. And I thought, well, isn't that interesting? And I've been contemplating for a long time the idea of authenticity, like what that means, what that is, what it means to be fully authentic, like who you really came to be, right? And so when I think about those concepts, then I'm reminded of this similarity in between the language. And so if you're going to be 100% authentically you, what does that really mean? Because I spend a lot of time helping people unprogram and, shed old programs from their upbringing and their childhood, and things that were said to them, done to them, that became imprinted on them, that they chose as a way of being that is counter to their authentic vibration and expression. And that's why it's causing them so much pain in their life. Because we can be shown the vision of our mission and try to create it, and then these programs keep getting in the way, right? And then you hear people talk about self-sabotage. You hear people often talking about how they can't seem to get out of these patterns and ways of being. Every time this happens, then this happens. And we have all of these programs just running in the background, whether we're aware of it or not, that are interfering with our authentic, soul-aligned vibration that was chosen to come here and express uniquely that way. And so our gifts are tied to that. And when we try to operate from our gifts, but we haven't fully embraced that authentic vibration or removed the old programs that keep us from aligning with it, we run into trouble. So I was thinking and feeling into this, and I was shown this sound, and the idea of highest vibration is really interesting. Like, I want to embody the highest frequency. If everybody embodied the highest frequency, it would sound like a high-pitched squeal. Frequency and tone are, frequency is expressed as tone, so it's a sound. And if the higher the frequency you go, the higher the tone, the higher pitched the sound. If everybody was living the highest frequency while they're here on Earth, it would sound like a high-pitched and I thought about that, and I was like, that sounds like a flat line. Where do we hear a flat line like that? And, that means you're dead. And so I think it's incredibly important to realize that we're here to embody our unique vibration, our unique expression, the highest exalted form of that, but not necessarily the highest frequency, period. Because then we're not ourselves. We're not living the program that we chose before we came here. We're living the program. We're not actually living a program. We're just trying to reach for some thing that may or may not exist. And if everybody's climbing to the top of the mountain, it's like, where does your unique expression come from? And what gifts are in that? In your unique tone, if we are in a giant symphony of the universe, the great song of life, every note is important. Every unique note is important. The low notes are not any less important than the high notes. And the way they go together makes a beautiful piece of music. If we're all trying to be someone else or something else or some, concept beyond what we are, then are we really using our unique frequency in the song of life? Is the song of life missing something now because they do not have your tone, your unique vibration, your unique sound in it? Like, you can't have this beautiful symphony, this beautiful orchestrated cosmic song without everybody being their unique vibration and tone. It's like if I'm the key of, I am the note of C, and I think A is better, so I want to be an A note instead. Then that chord or that place in that song is missing the C and it has an A instead. It's going to sound discordant. It's like going to sound like disharmony. It's not beautiful sounding. It's playing a wrong note. It's like, if you know anything about music and you hear somebody play a wrong note, it's really obvious and painful to hear. It's not beautiful. So I think that was what I had to say today. So I figured I'd come in here and I'd go live, because 10 minutes is never enough. And I would tell you that channeled message, and then we pulled some cards about it. So let's pull some cards about it. Okay. All right. So what does the universe have to tell us about this message? Freedom. Well, that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? The freedom to... And see, here's this mythical creature, the Pegasus. As far as I know, we don't still have them here. I mean, that we can see. So what this is speaking about is the freedom to see things that are in this realm that is mystical and mysterious. See the unseen, the freedom to fly above normal expectations. You know, the universe looked around and they said, you know what, it needs one of you. And and we do it a disservice when we don't choose to embody that, or we listen to our programming that says we need to be this or that in order to be loved, accepted, and safe. Joy, hummingbird spirit, and patience, buggy bug. Freedom, joy, patience. So we're all also drawn to be part of, okay, what was I going to say about that? The universe is always conspiring in your favor. This process of becoming 100% authentically you brings freedom found through joy, but it does require patience. But the great thing about that is it's automatic. There isn't anything it's like auto magic, I like to call it. There's nothing you have to do. Like, except focus on joy and be patient. Guardians of the land. Protection. This process is protected. This is going to happen. It's kind of part of it. To forget and remember is a fun game. Okay. On the bottom, love. Wild Rose Fairy, love. Love and joy. Love and joy. Miracles are possible. Look at that. Look at that rainbow. Butterfly transformation. Miracles. There's a couple of butterflies. Rainbow. Waterfall. Do you know the highest concentration of negative ions is found at the base of a waterfall? That miracles. Miracles are totally possible. I've seen so many miracles in my life. That's why I am as wild as I am. All right. For some reason, divine abundance. I'm gonna check that out. Protection, freedom, joy, patience, miracles. Amazing things are coming once this freedom is embodied. Okay, just come out together. Acceptance, intuition, receiving, and humility. Why do I feel like humility and receiving are so connected? Allow me, divine, to always accept the right assistance. I welcome your help in every way and delight in receiving it. I mean, okay, so it's not only in your best interest to inhabit your authentic vibration, it is also the universe that desperately wants you to do that. That's what you were created for. So you are supported in this 100%. Allow me, divine, to accept the right assistance. I welcome your help in every way and delight in receiving it. That also means that it can come through people. But you will be drawn to the right people, and you listen to your intuition in that. The right people will always be reciprocal and respectful and see your value. Receiving. Every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and trust my inner guidance. Yes, there's a high divine plan for you. You're here because there's a purpose, and it's not a trick, right? It's not like you're supposed to come here and hate all the things you love and somehow that's valuable. No, you are supposed to follow what calls you, what your joy is, what you're drawn to, because those are signs, especially what you're drawn to before the world got its hands on you. Sometimes it's valuable to go back and be like, what were the things that I was passionate about and I loved as a kid? And how can I explore that now and reclaim some of that divine imprint that I came with? So you just have to believe that this divine plan is in your grasp, and then ask for assistance in bringing it in. Intuition. Each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. How liberating to listen inside and sense moment to moment what is needed. Intuition is such a great gift, and everybody has this capacity, whether or not it's been shamed out of them. Acceptance. Radical acceptance in the now opens the flow of intuition. Oh, they came out together, and they're similar colors here. They're different shades of the same color. Radical acceptance in the now opens the flow to intuition. Radical acceptance. Radical acceptance that there's a divine plan and you're meant to receive it. Radical acceptance of who you are, who you came to be, and it doesn't have to be hard. On the bottom of the deck is ease. It's easy for me to receive. All of these messages have receive in them here. It's easy for me to receive. It just says it 3 times. It's easy for me to receive. Perhaps you need to repeat something to yourself over and over again for it to become the new program, the new way of being in the world. This is how we change out of these old habits and things, that these delusions that we are programmed to live. Interesting. Okay, next. All right. How's everybody doing? Thank you for being here. Thank you for stopping in on this cosmic download. I've never done live. I think I've gone live one other time and I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing. I record daily card readings for the collective, and I give birthday messages every day. Today's your birthday. Check my profile. There's a video there for you, or yesterday, or the day before, or the day before. Okay. Ow, it's on the floor. The wishing well. Miracles. Where's that miracle card? Unexpected gifts, kindness, karmic jewels. Karmic jewels speaks of all of the good and seeds that you have planted in this lifetime and previous lifetimes. You're going to get unexpected gifts, unexpected kindness, miracles. The wishing well, if you dare to wish for it. What do you wish for? Vision it, envision it. Our desires are not random. Anything else? She who flows. Ease. Another. Ease was on the bottom of the deck. Yeah. Ease. Being open to change. Go with the flow of life. Downstream. This is supposed to be easy. This process of reclaiming yourself and your authentic expression is going to be easier than it has been in the past. The energy is right for this right now anyway. I keep getting that message over and over again that this is the time to do the inner work, to do the shadow work, to do the processing, because it's easier now than it ever has been. People are making progress much faster now with one session than they were years ago. So this is super important. Time to reflect, go within, start using mantras, like reprogram yourself. Sleep meditations are great at night, where they just keep repeating the new program that you want to put in place over and over and over again. And so your subconscious picks it up because your conscious mind isn't there interfering, right? Okay, so that's a good way to get in some of the new programs, but we have to go in and remove the programming. So the old way of being, why it's there, what its purpose is, what is the purpose that it's serving us, or it did serve us originally, and how that was in our favor. Like, see that it was trying to keep you safe in your environment. It was trying to adapt you to thrive in the environment you found yourself in. And once we honor it for what it's trying to do, we can redirect and give that part of us a new job. You know, the new job is the new way of being that we're trying to birth into existence, the authentic expression that we feel we are here for. And maybe there's some answers in astrology for you if you've never had a birth chart. Maybe now is the time to go get a birth chart and see. But go to somebody good. Go to somebody who'll go in depth. I have a friend. His name is Adrian Creel. I don't know if you can find him I know he's on Facebook. He's great birth chart reader, goes in super deep. He's super affordable. Love the man. Trust him with everything. So if you're thinking about that, there's my recommendation. Okay. Planetary wave, soul mission, trust the inner call, soul team. This has been coming out a lot in my daily collective readings too. There is definitely this inner call to embody your gifts and share them. Be the person you were meant to be when you decided to opt into this lifetime, to opt into this being that you are currently. Right? What was the purpose? You're going to have access to these now. Maybe pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to the people that come into your life at this point in time. If they're reciprocal, loving, and supportive, even if they hold you accountable, but in a responsible, respectful way, those people may be part of your soul team and are meant to assist you, and you're maybe meant to assist them as well, is how this kind of usually works. What's on the bottom? Let it rain. Allowing what is, inevitability, trust. Like I said before, this is inevitable. This, you embodying your authentic expression, is going to happen. Whether it takes your entire lifetime or not, but it's going to happen. Everything in the universe is breadcrumbing you to get there. You know, it's not breadcrumbing. Breadcrumbing has such a negative connotation, but it keeps leaving, you know, the next step leads to the next step, leads to the next step, leads to the next step. And if you just keep following that trail and trust and allow what is, don't spend so much of your energy resisting what is. Spend your time and energy creating what is new, following your joy, Okay. Very good. So, is that the whole message? It kind of feels like the whole message. All right. We are going to check out. I'm going to clip this up and I'll put clips on my profile. So if you joined late, hopefully you can still have access to the whole message. I'm not exactly sure how TikTok works. If anybody's got any advice, drop me a line. Yeah. All right. Okay, not half the deck. We don't want to activate them that hard. Okay, what activation do we need right now? What activation is most in alignment for us right now? Consciousness. That is a cool card. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. Okay, so this is a higher level of awareness. This is taking a step back and looking at things from a higher level of consciousness. Seeing the multidimensionality of everything. That was what was shown. Okay, was this dimensional aspect. Like up here on this dimension, it's planets imparting traits. And at a higher level, it's your soul choosing traits. And at a high, one time I was in a healing session and I was shown my soul looking into this. It looked like a big honeycomb, and inside each little honeycomb was an earth. And I was given the message that each one of those is a parallel universe. And you have the ability to focus into this particular choice, this reality. But just because you're in this reality doesn't mean that those other honeycomb segments cease to exist. And you can tune your focus on things and line up with those realities in which that exists for you. Consciousness. This is the multi-dimensionality of existence that you're meant to consider now. Consider. It's an offering. It's choice. All right. All right. Last thing here. Soul truth. I really like these cards. These cards are good for deep questions. If you are a cosmonaut like me and really like to go deep and do what you can to further your own expansion, these are great cards for it. So here we go. What is it? What do we need the most right now? What am I looking for outside myself that's already within me? What do you search for outside? Do you search for guidance? Do you search for wisdom? Do you search for... I mean, I like to jokingly call my office the Hall of Records, because of books. But we have access to our own internal library of information if we can get quiet enough and open enough to receive it. It starts with feeling instead of thinking so much. So bring your awareness down from the mental sphere and into your body. and explore the feelings in your body. Like, when I do that, I feel this warm, soft radiance in my heart, and it starts to like spread out throughout my entire body. I didn't even realize I was up in my mind until I brought myself down into my heart space, and then noticed the energetic difference between here and here. I'm reminded of a Wookiefoot song, maybe that's important for you, but it said, the longest journey ever is from the heart to the head. Yeah. I think the name of the song's Let It Go. Okay. Oh my goodness! I didn't even look at the other card. Am I in my heart or in my head? Wow. Okay. And then on the back here, this one talks about what is the quality of your self-talk. Our brain is like a muscle. If we condition it daily, the fears and limitations will take over. Mastering our thoughts is about being the creator of our own life. Where your head meets your heart is where miracles happen. Okay. If you've watched this whole thing, that's so synchronistic. There's the miracles. Wow. And I was talking about sleep meditations and, positive thinking in order to reprogram the negative thinking bias that we have, programming it for what you want to create, not the loops that we're perpetually in because we're not living our authentic expression. Okay, well, that was a great way to wrap this message up. Am I in my heart or in my head? The answers are inside of you. Expand your consciousness. Let it be easy, open to change. Go with the flow of life. Allow what is. Trust the inevitability that we're going to play pickup here in a little bit. Trust the inevitability of your freedom coming from following your joy and cultivating a little bit of patience, because unexpected gifts and karmic jewels are coming. You are protected in this time. Being your own authentic vibration comes with its own protection. Radical acceptance in the now opens the flow. Intuition. You have divine assistance on board. This is your soul mission. It is going to be revealed when you fully step into and embrace your authentic expression that you came here to be, and remove all of the old programming that runs counter to that. There's a divine plan, and you're meant to receive it and allow. Where did I find it? It's supposed to be easy. Oh yeah, I already said that. Open, change, ease. Okay, that's it. I hope you had a good message. Thank you for joining me. If you joined me for this, I'd love it if you follow, subscribe, whatever there is on TikTok. New here, learning the ropes. I've been doing this for quite a while though on other platforms. So if you could help me out here, I'd appreciate it. And then my messages will be more in alignment with you as well, because you've become part of the collective. So I hope you have an amazing day, and you be blessed, you be well, you be gentle with yourself, you take it one step at a time. Speak to yourself with kindness as often as you can, and give yourself grace, because things don't shift dramatically overnight most of the time, although it is possible. if we allow miracles a place in our reality. Thank you. Love you. Bye. I need to figure out how to end this.